Good morning, folks. Miguel here with the Gray Paper, and this morning I'm going to summarize quickly what our team was looking at, and we'll go headline to headline. So, first, the death of a Rothschild patriarch. This is really worth mentioning because the Rothschild family was central to establishing central banking and managing central banks throughout the world and for world governments for a very, very long time. They are a innovative group. They are a powerful group, influential group, and if you're a conspiracy theorist on Twitter, you're going absolutely nuts with this information and this news. So, great teachable moment. Look up, sort of the Rothschild legacy on Wikipedia and dive in and learn about central banking and how that kind of pulls the levers and moves the puppeteer strings across economy, policy, and geopolitical events between countries. Fascinating stuff, fascinating legacy. Next thing, Bitcoin breaking 57,000, probably going to continue down that war path. We've seen, of course, the US opening of Bitcoin ETFs. These are exchange tradable funds. These are things you can buy with your brokerage account and get exposure to Bitcoin and increasingly so other crypto assets as we progress into next year in particular. Something we pointed out in a presentation last week was that not only are large public and private companies the largest owners of Bitcoin as well as individuals, but we're seeing more and more so these massive allocations by governments, namely the United States government and the Chinese government. So stay tuned there. It would not surprise me to see Bitcoin touch some of the bombastic projections of a couple of years ago within the next couple of years. In particular, talking about that 100K benchmark that a lot of analysts have put out there in the market. It's certainly here to stay. I mean, what strategic value it must have if U.S. and China are acquiring significant amounts of this sort of nebulous asset, right? More on that later. The next thing we wanted to talk about was Sweden entering NATO. This is going to be interpreted as an extreme sign of aggression by Western countries towards Russia. It certainly is on their terms, but I would argue that Sweden being a part of NATO is kind of a foregone conclusion, very much a Western